The Jedi Temple was the headquarters and primary training center for the Jedi Order for most of their history. It housed the Jedi Council, as well as a plethora of holocrons and relics from across the galaxy. Safely nestled on Coruscant, the capital of the Galactic Republic, the temple has only been under attack a small handful of times during its millennia-old history. So how did the Jedi Order defend their home from their opponents? To do this, they employed the umbrella group, the Temple Security Force. The Security Force was comprised of 5 main groups, all of which I will explain in this video analysis. The first, and most likely most popular group, was the Jedi Temple Guard. Temple Guards were comprised of various Jedi Sentinels and Knights, and was a coveted and voluntary rank any Jedi could pursue if they wished. Temple Guards wore ceremonial armor-weave white robes, and an emotionless mask, a sign of their dedication to the Force and a display of their detachment from emotion. They carried double-bladed lightsaber pikes with yellow crystals, considered a rarity as of the Clone Wars. They reported directly to Jedi Master Sin Dralig, the absolute head of the Jedi Temple security, and legendary with a lightsaber. Temple Guards could also be found at ceremonies such as funerals that took place on temple grounds. The only notable member of the Temple Guard was the Pa'an, who would later become the Grand Inquisitor of the Empire in canon. Interestingly, Henry Gilroy, co-executive producer of Star Wars Rebels, revealed on Twitter that the Grand Inquisitor had fallen to the dark side during Order 66 and had murdered his fellow Temple Guards to make way for Darth Vader and the 501st Legion to enter the temple more safely. Next, we have the Jedi Brute, the temple's first and foremost line of defense against any rioters and troublemakers. Brutes were almost always physically intimidating, and fought in close combat situations, using double-bladed lightsabers. Jedi Snipers, like Jedi Brutes, were a specialization of the Jedi Peacekeeper. Snipers were stationed along the walls and towers of the Jedi Temple District, and were masters of using their sabers as ranged weapons. They trained night and day with the practice of saber throw, and used the Force to enhance their vision, as well as guiding their throws to their targets. Snipers were very fast and acrobatic, a polar opposite to the Jedi Brute. The final Force-sensitive class that would protect the temple are the Jedi Peacekeepers. A sub-rank of the Jedi Guardian, they were deployed to locations where law enforcement and security were needed. To quote the Legends reference book, The Jedi Path, Jedi Peacekeepers specialize in security and policing, and are among the oldest groups recognized by the Jedi Order. Though all of them are fine warriors, they do not normally serve as frontline combat troops, and are instead trained in crowd control, apprehending suspects and shutting down threats before things can turn violent. At the request of planetary governors, Peacekeepers are stationed on worlds where they would work as liaisons to local law enforcement and militias." End quote. So basically, Peacekeepers are super cops. 2 notable members of the Peacekeepers include the Jedi Investigator, Tera Sinube, and Gate Master Durak, who, as the name implied, was in charge of defending the 4 main temple entrances. Actually, he was the first casualty during Operation Nightfall, as he greeted the now-turned Darth Vader and was impaled with a lightsaber without a chance to defend himself. Next, we have the Universal Temple Security Force Troopers. All non-Force sensitives, equipped with light armor and blasters. They helped in researching crimes and preventing them, inside or around the Jedi Temple and Jedi Temple District. They acted as more official police enforcement, much like the actual Coruscant Security Force. They were, of course, the largest and most visible group of the Temple security, and would go toe-to-toe with clone troopers during Operation Nightfall. All of these groups would have been present to defend the temple during key events, such as Darth Malgus' sacking of Coruscant, when the Dark Jedi Xanatos was lurking in their sewers, the raid on the Jedi Temple during the Inquiry Uprising, the Coruscant Insurrection, a raid led by Dark Acolyte Tronox and a detachment of Cortosis battle droids, during the bombing of the Jedi Temple during the Clone Wars, and of course during Operation Nightfall, where Sin Dralig, and realistically every other group stated earlier, was wiped out. and this tragically includes the hundreds of Marksman-H combat remote droids that valiantly defended the temple as well. Any security forces that did escape would have likely joined the underground resistance movement called the Whiplash, who aimed to undermine the Empire's rule on Coruscant, as well as evacuating any Jedi on the planet to somewhere far safer. Before it was retconned that he died in the Clone Wars television show, Master Evan Peel actually survived Order 66, and was assisted by the Whiplash on Coruscant. During the formation of Luke's new Jedi Order, his new temple, called the New Jedi Temple, would employ both Force-sensitive and non-Force-sensitive security forces to guard it from Sith and Imperial Remnant forces and attacks. And that's all for this video on the Temple Guard. What video should I do next? Leave a comment below, and please subscribe as it helps my channel grow. I would also like to give a heartfelt thanks to Luke and Todd over at the Scoundrels Cantina who helped promote my channel on theirs. Thanks guys.